Good morning. Welcome to your Wallops weather briefing. Well, after a couple of days of some mild weather, we're going to see some cooler air filter into the region later on tonight as we have a cold front that is moving through the area. This afternoon, we'll bring in a drier air mass and we'll see those temperatures about 10 to 12 degrees cooler tonight than what we saw last night, as we only got down to about 70 degrees last night. We'll get into the upper 50s, closer to normal readings for this time of year. Seeing the current surface analysis, you can see that frontal boundary just off to our northwest, currently moving through the region, and behind that we'll see that surface high pressure building into the area and seeing those dry conditions providing us with some pretty comfortable conditions as we go into the overnight tonight, with those temperatures falling with mostly clear skies and some pretty low dew points as well. Looking at our upper level wind data from this morning's balloon release, you can see the winds generally out of a northerly direction at the low levels of the atmosphere, a north wind at the 1,000 and 3,000 foot level, and then more of a northwesterly wind component as we go up in height, eventually turning out of the west as we get up to around 20,000 feet or so. We see those winds at a northwesterly direction around 60 knots, 61 knots at the 25,000 foot level. Freezing level this morning was at 12,900 feet. I want to take a look here at our current infrared satellite, and you can see the cloudiness that was associated with that frontal boundary has pushed a little farther to the southeast, and we're seeing mostly clear skies as a result this morning, with that high pressure building in from the northwest. Did see a few sprinkles off to our southeast earlier this morning too, none here at Wallops, but those sprinkles associated with that frontal boundary have moved well off the coast, and we are not going to see any precipitation here today at Wallops. I'm going to take a look here at our high resolution model and what we can expect over the next couple of days as we go through the day. Today you can see really no precipitation showing up anywhere around us, and we are looking at seeing those conditions continue right on into the midweek period, where we're going to see very little in the way of precipitation around the area. This is the noontime hour today, and you can see really no precipitation anywhere close to us, and that will continue as we go into the overnight tonight and into the morning hours of Wednesday, not seeing any precipitation showing up on the model. I want to take a look here at our longer range model, and you can see the next chance that we have of any kind seeing any precipitation will be late in the day on Thursday, most likely during the evening hours, but only looking at about a 10% chance as we see a frontal boundary that will push closer to the Wallops region. As you can see, during the evening hours, these showers begin to die off and dissipate, and really not affect here not affect our weather here at Wallops as they fall apart as they push across the Chesapeake Bay. So we go into the weekend looking for dry weather to continue for the most part. Really nothing in the way of any kind of disturbances moving through over the next several days, and we'll continue to see this dry weather right on into the weekend, where we potentially could see a little bit of afternoon convection in the form of some isolated showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening of Sunday. I'm going to take a quick look at their tropics. Tropical Storm Jerry not looking too organized this morning, and we'll continue to see a pretty disorganized storm as it moves closer to Bermuda, expecting it to remain at tropical storm force level as it moves very close to the island of Bermuda and tracks off to the northeast. Should see that storm pass over Bermuda during the day on Wednesday, and only looking at about 50 miles per hour at the most for peak wind gust as it moves north and east across Bermuda. Looking at the rest of the tropics right now, you can see we have multiple storms out there as the tropics remain pretty active. Lorenzo off the African coast has developed currently with maximum sustained winds at 65 miles per hour. This is expected to turn out to sea and not be a threat to the U.S. mainland. Karen is also just south of Puerto Rico. That'll be moving to the north over the course of the next several days. Should be remaining fairly weak. Models are really not intensifying this storm all that much over the next several days. So we'll continue to monitor the tropics, but right now not seeing anything with any threat for immediate impact here across the Wallops region. I want to take a look at our Next 24 hours, you can see we have a green chart across the board. No hazardous weather expected as we go into the evening tonight and into the day tomorrow, with dry conditions continuing and those winds generally out of a northwesterly direction around 8 to 13 knots. We'll see those winds really dying down tonight into the overnight period. We'll see some radiational cooling as we'll see those temperatures dip into the upper 50s under mostly clear skies and light winds. And then we'll see a return to warmer weather as we go through the next several days. Again, only about a 10% chance late in the day on Thursday of seeing a sprinkle or an isolated rain shower as that frontal boundary moves through. You can see we have cooler temperatures expected for Friday than what we have for Thursday. A high of 86 on Thursday, 79 on Friday, and then we're right back into the warm conditions for the weekend with a high of 85 for Saturday, and then again isolated chances for some thunderstorms during the afternoon and the evening on Sunday, as we'll see our instability creep up during the afternoon. Could see a pop-up shower or thunderstorm during the day on Sunday, a high of 83, and then cooler weather expected on Monday with a high of 81 degrees. That'll wrap it up for today's weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and at 10 a.m. Have a nice day.